Hello, hello, everybody. We're here, holding space for all of you beautiful people coming in. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Linda. Hello, Carrie, Jasmine, Leah. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. As I see so many beautiful faces here, beautiful names. Patricia, Jasmine, Kaya. Hello, welcome in. Welcome. I would love for you to tell us where you're calling from. That would be so nice. As we're waiting for more friends to come into our space, getting ready for this amazing moment that we're now going to share together with our beautiful special guest, Jennifer Russell. She's already here with us. Thank you. Thank you, Iris. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Hello, where are you calling from? Caroline, hello. From Tennessee? Whoa, from Oregon, Linda. Hello, everybody. From Dallas. Sandra from Oslo. Welcome. It's so amazing to be all together all around the world. Isn't it wonderful? Yes, connecting our hearts, our space, our presences together for this co-creation, all together with this purpose of really finding new tools and insights, new perspectives towards manifesting your wondrous abundance. This is time. It's time to do that, friends, right? We're ready. We're part of the new humanity who are becoming more and more ready to receive the new insights, the new paradigm, the new ways of living and being in abundance of all good things. And that, of course, includes money, wealth, the prosperity that we are also deserving. And oh, lovely from Saskatchewan, welcome, Michigan, South Carolina, Florida. Hello, 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 everyone. Ottawa, hello. Oslo, beautiful, beautiful faces, beautiful names. This is wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your presence, your beautiful light with us. We are very, very moved and very grateful for you being here and sharing what we have to say to you, to share with you so that you can use at your discretion, meaning if this is good for you, we are here to serve you, to assist you in your journeys. So nice to see you. All right. Okay. So I'm just checking here and let me see. Okay. So I'm just checking all right. So good. Okay. Agustin, I'm needing to check the screen. If you can check it out. Okay. Okay. So yes, let's see. All right. So checking the screen because I would like to focus on the speakers. All right. So, all right, here we are. And friends, this is wondrous, wondrous, wondrous because you're wondrous people. I chose wondrous conversations because we also have wondrous speakers bringing in their wisdom, their tools, their insights, their beautiful presence and energy. And they are here to assist you along your spiritual journey of discovery, of more awareness and, frequency, trying to change your frequencies to a more and more, let us say, bright understanding. Okay. All right. So I'm just checking, Agustin, if you can please, I see so many screens. If you can assist us here, trying to come back to, okay, here. All right, here we are. Perfect. Okay, so beautiful people, Thank you for entering where you're coming from. Yes, now checking the technology here, the technology that is behind us. All right, it looks like we're good now. So, yeah, so what are we going to do today? Please, friends, set aside some 90 minutes and stay focused because we have three parts to this event. We're going to do first part. I'm going to collaborate with the wisdom of numerology. This is Hebrew numerology based in gematria through the soul blueprint codes illumination system that I'm going to talk about. And particularly today, because our topic here is the topic of abundance, prosperity, attracting and creating that from the point of view of numerology of this beautiful system and the specific code of abundance, which is code number 4. Do you carry this code in your soul blueprint? This is the first question. Then, our beloved guest, Jennifer Ruth Russell, who's holding space and who's here with us, she will be talking about the new paradigm of manifesting, creating, and attracting the new abundance, the fifth dimensional way, and how she got to work with Mother Mary and her angels of abundance. And she's got so much to tell us about all of these things. She is also going to talk about her new book, which reveals new ways to attract this abundance of all good things and prosperity. So, and in the end, part 3, you're going to come in, and we're ready and very excited to have you on board and to raise your hands for questions about what we have to share with you today. So, without any further ado, let me just say that today we're going to talk about this wondrous code number 4. But before we get into this, I would like you to start talking and I would say thinking about how we're all structured. We're all basically energies, right? We're all basically frequencies and vibrations. That's why so many of us are hearing Tesla's words. If you want to discover the secrets of the universe, think it in terms of frequency, energy, and vibrations, right? Everything is pure vibrations, energy, and frequency. And even Einstein, his contemporary, he even said, of course, everything is energy, very synthetically. Now, how do we understand these things? Because we are beginning to become more and more familiar with these things. We are becoming more part of this new era of the new thinking in terms of energy. But are we applying these things into our lives? How much are we applying this into our lives? So yeah, I would like you to think about it. You are pure energy. You are a big, huge, body of light, multidimensional, multicolored, and only a little trickle of that energy comes into a physical body to give you life, to have some sort of experience in a human body for expansion of your consciousness. And so much is learned through the sacredness of the human experience, right? But how much are we embodying these things instead of just keeping it in our books, in our webinars? But how much are we sinking into all of these concepts into our everyday lives? So, friends, if you are beginning to understand that you are pure energy, that you are a combination of systems of energetics, it's not just one, even. You have many systems of energies around you. Your electromagnetic fields is one of them. Everything is energy. So, of course, your name is also part of that because it's all starting. The starting point here is your birth name. So, you see, most of you know, because if you're here is because you're in the spiritual path of expansion and ascension, and you must surely heard that you are here for some special purpose. Sometimes you don't remember what that purpose is, but you are here for some specific reason, and your name, which is not, by the way, actually thought of by your parents, as most people think, but is the soul, because the soul knows what is encoded in a particular name and what experiences can come out of the vibration, sound vibration, energy of that name into the ethers, into the field, the quantum field. So you're creating your reality. Therefore, if you are soul, before come into a human body, and the soul knows that by a certain encoding in the name, the letters of your name equals one particular number or code from 1 to 22 as per this system, the Soul Blueprint Codes Illumination System, whereby you have a specific kind of themes that are played out in your life. You can see that through the combination of all of these things, you are really literally out picturing your life, creating your life. So your name carries a specific frequency of vibration, and it can be of a higher or maybe lower vibration. And the themes in the codes that are there in the sound vibration of your name are really sort of, designing what life you're creating for yourself in terms of circumstances, people, in terms of, different things that happen to you along the way in different circumstances. So evidently, your name is no coincidence. You choose it for some specific purpose. Now, if you're saying that the letters of your name have a specific encoding, and therefore you have attracted, you're creating a plan whereby certain themes will be developed along the way, it means that you may or may not have certain codes, right? We're following a certain reasoning here. So of course, now that we're talking in this particular event about the code of abundance, you may or may not be encoded with that code number 4, So, and why is that? It's just because your soul was focusing on other aspects of your exploration in the human body, not because it's better or worse, but just because the focus was set on other things for you to explore, for you to expand in your humanness. So, dear ones, when you see that happening, you may see blocks sometimes in your life with regards to the flow income of that flow, bringing in the abundance, the prosperity. But nothing luckily is written in stone, everything can be modified. So I would like to show you, and I'm going to share the screen here, that actually how this is working in the system, because many people say, well, okay, how can we really see this happen? I'm going to share the screen for you and with you so that I can show you this. I'm hoping that you can see the beige screen. So the Soul Blueprint Codes Illumination System is numerology, basically. It's not the Pythagorean numerology, but it's the Hebrew numerology. You may remember that Hebrew is a very ancient language, sacred language, and it's associated with creation. The letters themselves are very sacred. They're very luminous. And there is a number linked to each one of the 22 fire letters of the Hebrew alphabet. These codes are sacred too, and they have meaning. They are specific energy. They mean something. So we're talking about an alphanumeric system here, whereby our names associated with each one of those fire letters and each one of those 22 codes will tell you lots about your soul, will tell you everything, will tell you why you're here. And I'm showing you now the sacred geometry, which is the Merkaba in 3D terms, or the 6-pointed Star of David. So I'm showing here, these are 2 real cases, I'm not sharing the names because they're real cases and I couldn't get them to give me permission, but it doesn't matter. Let's suppose that the star on the left side is some Elizabeth Smith. And look at the 4s here. We're talking about code number 4 of abundance. And you see, first off, this is, a configuration of 2 triangles. The one pointing downward represents your younger years from birth to age 34, and with the codes in challenge positions, talents positions, and goals position. The other triangle is a spiritual triangle, which becomes activated as of age 42. Again, in challenge, talents, and goals positions. So all of these codes come from your name, friends. They're specified in the connection of a code and a letter, which are distributed here around the sacred geometry. This is you. This is the mirror of your soul. This is by the interpretation, the illumination of these codes, we can say and see everything about your life, what you bring, what you're asked to develop, to change, to heal, to work on. And this has to do with inner work. We cannot run away from our inner work, no matter what we do. It needs to be done at some point in our lives if we're seriously on the spiritual path, friends. But what I wanted to show you is that this person is carrying the force in challenge position. As you can see, physical and spiritual challenge force. So this person is really having some problems making and attracting money and abundance in her life. And on top of everything, she's also showing the force in her soul destiny position, which is nothing more than the mission. This is the number that entails the message telling you what you're here to do. Okay, so this person with the number 4, she's here to radiate generosity, abundance of all good things, and that indeed includes money, prosperity, and wealth. So she has a long journey. This is a nice example because this person has a long journey from here to here. She has a long journey between learning all the lessons about money, money attracting, and healing whatever was imbalanced before in another lifetime. Now they're called simultaneous lifetimes in the quantum physics terminology. So she needs to work here to get here. Okay. Now, this other case on the right side, you see that this other person is actually showing that she does have the 4 code of abundance in a beneficial position, in talent's position. And this person indeed has found attracting and creating and being creative in how to attract money. That's another component, has found this also more, let us say, flowy, easy for this person. So she could find a better way to attract a more flowy kind of life. Now I have another example here. In this case, this is another case, and this person is not presenting the code of abundance at all. So what this means is that, again, the soul was focusing on other aspects. You see there's 2, 4, and 6 sevens, which is a real clear message that the soul was thinking of this person to develop and to work on her sevens, which is all about networking, leadership, magnetizing people to a group. This is a very powerful code in this system, in the Hebrew system of numerology. And she is called to be very authentic, to show her true colors, to be who she is in life. Okay, but there's no force here. So she was finding again some problems attracting and creating abundance and prosperity in her life. Nothing is good or bad. It's just the focus that our soul is putting into our lives, and we can change that. There's nothing wrote or written in stone. So these are examples. Now, what can we do if you say, well, for example, I know that I don't carry the number 4 code. So what can I do? Now I'm finding that my heart is really kind of presenting blocks, or something is not flowing. I have to put a lot of energy to achieve my goals. Things are not happening with ease and grace. Let's suppose that you really want to do something about it. So this is a tool that can be used to do that. And what can we do is to actually go through the process of name optimization or the rebirth process. And what's the difference? Well, it's a very slight difference. You can actually sometimes, because remember, we need to remember this, our names create our reality. Our name is energy. Our name carries a certain vibration. So this is very important to understand why this process is a great tool to use if you so choose, right? It is something that resonates with you, but it's based on the concept that everything is energy. And sometimes, because we are encoded with certain numbers, and numbers have a meaning, in other words, they represent themes in our lives. Some themes may be present in our soul energetic or not. And if you're looking for certain themes to happen with more flow in your life, things can be changed again, right? You are the creator of your life. So you have the power to make those changes. So the name optimization, friends, is a process where you can only just change a letter, or maybe do something with your middle name. Sometimes married women, by using their husband's family names, have changed their codes for better or worse. Some women have decided to go back to their, personal names, birth names, family names. Some of them have chosen to use their middle names back because for practical reasons, sometimes we just take it out, right? Many times we don't use the middle name. So many easy things can be done. We tweak it and we change the codes. We change the codes, we change the game. You change your name, you change your game. And the rebirth process would be a process whereby the full name is changed. There are people who are not happy with the resonance of their names and this is, well, I'm done. I'm not feeling comfortable with this name. Maybe it's a name that is attached to a member of the family who had a tragic life or things like that. And it's not really helping or being beneficial for this person. So they're ready to change it altogether. And it goes through a process with a protocol. There are steps here, and I mean there's a PDF with protocols. But I would like to show you, I would like to share a case of Sherry. Thank you, Sherry, if you're here. She gave me permission to share her own experience, and she gave me permission to share her name. She was looking, she's another way shower. She has her own tribe, and she also uses light language. And so she was looking for something that can support her in her in her journey and in her tasks and collaboration and contribution to the world through her work. And so she said, oh, I would like to include these qualities in my life, in my energy fields. Is there anything that I can do? And so we checked what those qualities were, and indeed what she was looking for is codes number 8, 7, and 4. Now, the code number 8 has to do with Mother Earth, connections with the physical plane, with people, with the earth, with emotions, finding healthy emotional balance between yourself and other people in society. Is very creative. It's very physical. And it's at the same time, look at of course, the abundance symbol here. It's very balanced when it's in the positive. So she was looking for this code. Then she was looking for code number 7 because she's in a group, in a tribe, and she also wanted to be a good leader, natural leader, with a beautiful balance of the logical mind and the heart space. And the 7 is very magnetic at the same time, and it contributes to showing and shining your true colors, showing who you truly are. This is what the 7 is expressing. And of course, the number 4. Who doesn't want the number 4 code, right? For abundance. And so she was looking for this code as well. So we went through a process where this was, actually she thought of many, many names. You write down the names for certain time, say a week or maybe 10 days, you write down the names that you find that resonate with you, that you find beautiful, and you just write them down. You ask for assistance to your own spirit guides, your higher self. You ask for that assistance to inspire you with those names, and you try them, see how they feel. You write them down, and then you try them, and then you bring them to the system. And so we try them if the codes are there, because the first step is to find the names. The second step is to see if there is a matching of the codes that you're looking for with that name that you have previously chosen. And so here in this case, she chose the name Inara. These are some of the names, but she chose many others that we tried. It's just to make it, just as a sample. She brought in Inara, Cher Navea, and we were looking, remember, for codes 8, 7, and 4, and none of them appear in talent's position. You see the talent's positions are this down here and this other one. And the number 4 was in challenge position. So no, this is not the kind of name that we're looking for. We continued trying other names. And then she came up with Ina Sherlanara. And again, we're looking into the talent's position, nothing happens, no 8s or 7s or 4s. And again, the 4 appeared in challenge position, so we discarded this one too. Then we went on trying other names, and she came up with Ina Lanara Navea. And bingo, here we go. Finally, we see the 8s in talent's position, the 7s in talent's position, and the 4 in soul destiny position. And the 4 here, and this is the one that carries the hidden message of what we're here to do, the true answer to the question, why am I here? Your mission. Okay, this is This is the number that carries that message embedded here. And the 4 is coming from code number 13. This is a combined code of 2 in 1. The 13, friends, is now nothing less than the code of the Divine Mother and the Christ. Remember that Christus means crystalline. We're becoming crystalline beings at the DNA level. So it's all coming together in one piece. So the 4 is coming out of this beautiful code, one of the 3 mother letters in the Hebrew alphabet, Mem. And so 4 is coming from there. It's a beautiful 4. So she had the name, and there's another one, which was actually by changing, you see the position of the names, Ina, Navea, Lanara. And again, sure enough, we find the same code. So this is the name that she's now trying, and she's finding that some, that part of her reality is, changing, by leaps and bounds, and people are finding it nice. People are calling her by her name. Imagine your name being repeated all over these years. You are creating changes around you in the field. Remember, it's resonance, it's energy, it's vibration. So you change your name, you change your game. It's part of your energetics. And this is all possible because nothing is written in stone. So you can indeed, you have the power because you're the creator of your life. You are that powerful conscious creator, and you can do these things. So this is something that I wanted to share with you, something that if you find that can resonate with you, you can use very simply. So just if you have any questions, drop me a line, or you can just write your questions or ask the questions at the end of today's live event. And I will be more than happy to answer those questions. So just to wrap up, and I'm so excited to just leave Jennifer to talk to us about all of the beautiful things she has brought for us today. I would just like to say that my special offer, this is my contribution for you today, because you're here, because you have, shared your radiance, your presence, and your time and energy here with us. I'm going to give you a 50% discount. This is a 111 for just an hour session where you will know whether you do indeed carry the number 4 code, or if you are not carrying it, and then the illumination of the other 7 codes to see where you're at in your life. And then the other special offer would be, if you have already done this first session, then you can have the second one. If you would like to make the changes, the radical changes in your life that you can certainly do if you make the decision and you're ready to make the necessary steps, then you can do that as well in the name optimization or rebirth session, which is only including 2 sessions, because usually it takes more than 1, friends, until you have all of the ideas brought down from spirit, and you can have them by only 144. So this is everything I had to share with you. And I am now let me just go back to the screen so that we can see our beautiful friend. And yes, let me just share that we are here now ready to welcome our beautiful special guest, Jennifer Ruth Russell. And Jennifer, how are you today? Thank you for holding the space.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, thank
Are
you
you
so
okay?
much. I am fine. I am ready to go. I'm so grateful for the fascinating process that you just shared with us. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
thank you. Before we begin, let me introduce Jennifer properly. To those who may not know her, I would like to let you know, friends, that Jennifer Ruth Russell is the creator of Angels of Abundance Ascension Academy and the Morning Light Meditations, beautiful meditations. I give testimony of that. She's a spiritual mentor, an award-winning songwriter. You must have heard her songs. They're so beautiful. And an author. And Jennifer helps light workers take back their power around money as a light channel for Mother Mary. So yes, now we're ready to go. Jennifer, thank you so much for holding space while we are ready here now. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm just so grateful to be here. Welcome, everybody. It's so wonderful to have you here. And there's Well, we were at 33 and now we're at 34, which is very good numbers for me.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Yes, yes.
Wonderful. So,
I
Jennifer, yes,
Yeah, I'm wondering if we can settle in a little bit to center down into the presence of beloved Mother Mary. Mother Mary being a representative of the divine feminine from the lineage of Isis and beloved Archangel Mary. Would you mind if we started with some music?
absolutely, yes,
Awesome.
please.
So I am asking if I can share my screen here. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Augustine. You are so very helpful. And I just would just invite all of you to just close your eyes, come into your heart space. Allow yourself to breathe deeply and fully. And feel into that presence of your eternal self. I'd like to call your godness, the divinity within. And we're asking this beautiful representative of the divine feminine, beloved Mother Mary, to just oversoul each one of us as we open up our hearts. Mother Mary's always surrounded by the angels of abundance. I always see her that way. They are beautiful golden color. And Mother Mary would just like to connect with you as we listen to this song. It's called Rest in the Bounty, for truly there is nothing withheld from you, beloved. So allow yourself to be here in the sea of plenty.
Beautiful.
Mm.
Very peaceful. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Well, it has set the tone for what's coming up now. It has relaxed us and brought us into a space of tranquility. And I think we're ready now to begin talking about your journey,
Mm.
Jennifer. When you started, I would love for people to know about your beginning when you were a kid, how it all started, and how you got to meet Mother Mary and her angels of abundance, if you
Oh,
will.
yes, I'd love to share that journey. It still amazes me. I started out in Africa, actually. I was born in Ethiopia, and
Mm.
my parents were actually evangelical Christians, and my grandparents, they had gone to Ethiopia to plant churches. That's where I was born, and I was there until I was in my mid-teens. And the divine that was presented to me was um, that the God that is outside of me is masculine and very little scary and not able to be pleased whatsoever. And my
Mm.
job was to try to be very, very good, which was impossible because I was a little tomboy and I had so much energy. But, you know, I had 20 years that I just could not walk into a church. I could not walk into any sacred space because I was having such a reaction. And I call it now my freedom journey. I was on a freedom journey. Um, and I had gone through two marriages and had a son. And I was like, wow, what happened? What happened to God? I had a longing to come back into some kind of relationship with the divine. And I was a musician. At this time, I was playing 5 nights a week in Los Angeles. And there was a Center for Religious Science, which I had not even heard of that organization before, that was having a jazz concert on a Sunday afternoon. And I said, that is so cool that a spiritual center would have a jazz concert. I'm going to check it out. So I took my little family at that time. I was married to Michael, my husband now, and my son. We all went, and it was crazy. It was like this place was speaking spiritual truths, and then there'd be a really raunchy joke right afterwards, and I was kind of like, this is crazy. But I started learning about metaphysics. I started learning about, change your thinking, change your life. And that was very interesting to me. And that God is everywhere present and it's right here within me. And I had so much that I could do about this relationship or this, now I see it as a partnership. And I think all of us have had our journey with that coming out of the old, parent child of who the divine is to truly to partnership. And this has been my experience. So I ended up becoming a practitioner of truth at Agape International Spiritual Center with Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith in Culver City, Los Angeles. And a dear friend of mine took me by the hand one day and said, I want to show you the fifth dimension. I go, what is that? And she handed me a book. It was The Seven Sacred Flames. And I was just fascinated. I was hungry to know about the ascended masters, the archangels, the beautiful, mighty Elohim. I was hungry to know about what the company of heaven was. And my path, and I know each one of you have had a path of what brought you to where you are today, but my path and the path that opened all this for me was financial lack and unworthiness. Those two things were something that I was always working on, right? I was working on. When I came to the fifth ray, the emerald green ray, um, it said, and the two archangels on this ray are Mother Mary and Archangel Raphael, the archangel of healing, illumined truth, and manifestation. And it described in this book by Aurelia Louise Jones that abundance flows through the Immaculate Heart of Mother Mary and of Mary. She just said Mary. And I was like, what does that mean? That was like, just blew me away. I couldn't even understand what that was. Of course, I didn't have a relationship with the divine feminine at all at that time. I started to feel this hunger for the divine feminine. I was like, there's a piece missing here. And even in metaphysics, there was a piece missing here for me. And so the first image that came to my mind was Mother Mary. And thank God Mother Mary has been talked about a lot. Mary Magdalene has been talked about a lot too, more and more now. But I got a little statuette of Mother Mary. I started listening to podcasts about Mother Mary and discovered a new rosary that I just was drawn to, started using that. And my heart started to melt. That's the best way to say it. My heart started to melt of all the angst, of all the financial pain, and the disruption of my life over and over again. I mean, I know we've all been through a journey. So that is what happened. And then one day in 2013, I was in the Ukraine. I was doing music for a spiritual conference there. We couldn't call it spiritual, we had to call it scientific. And on the way down to Crimea, which is now no longer part of Ukraine, we stopped at a roadside attraction, and there was this old ancient picture of Mother Mary. Mother Mary is everywhere in the Ukraine. I must tell you that the divine feminine is very, very present in the Ukraine. And I was just looking at this picture, my heart just opened up fully, and I heard Mother Mary call my name. And she said, I want you to start talking to me every day. I want you to start writing what you hear from me. And that was the start of an amazing journey of books. And, we just put out our fourth book, which is Opulence, Infusion, New Faith Currency.
Beautiful.
So all of it has been around empowering light workers to take back their power around money and step into their sovereignty. And I'm so glad Caroline Ryan is here, because she wrote, talk about changing your blueprint. You're changing the numbers of your name. And she wrote a great book called Abundance for All. And I read that book, and in there is a question like, what blueprint did you come in with for your abundance? And when I asked that question, I got the answer, absolutely nothing. I didn't come in with any agreement. I didn't come with any agreement abundance. So I probably have no fours in my chart. And the beautiful thing is, absolutely, we can rewrite the agreement. And that's basically why I'm here now, talking to you.
Fascinating journey. Yeah, because what is then the role, now that you're talking about Mother Mary and how she's connecting with this concept of abundance? I mean, the theme of abundance, prosperity. How is it that Mother Mary is so involved with this topic now? Like, we've seen her in a different position, different roles, like the mother, the protector, the healer. But it looks like she's now offering this possibility to learn the new ways, the fifth dimensional ways of the new earth. How is she involved? What is her role, and what does she do now in this other, because she has many roles, I guess, but in this particular role, how is she connecting with us, supporting our abundance these days?
I love your question. I see it really clearly. Abundance does flow through her Immaculate Heart. Mother Mary holds us in that beautiful place of the Immaculate concept. She only sees you as perfect. She is a representative of the divine feminine. The abundance that flows through her heart actually flows through your heart. And that was the key in the opening for me, is that this beauty, I just see it as a channel from her heart to my heart, to your heart. It's an opening, a flooding through. And this place of not remembering who we are, that there is nothing withheld from us. And for us to step into that place of really claiming and commanding our good is so I see Mother Mary not as a very demure, quiet mother. She's a fierce mama bear. She is absolutely a champion for all of our preciousness. That place of really standing in your power and your preciousness to me is the key to really opening up abundance. Because
Perfect.
when you know you're precious, you can do anything.
Mm.
And when you start claiming your good and not thinking that you're not worthy of it, that's why I keep saying, whatever it is that you've been working on all your life, that is the avenue for your ascension. That's like the portal that's opening the
Right,
door for you. So don't be
right.
discouraged if you're still suffering from feelings of unworthiness and undeservedness. That's not who you really are, but you finding that out. It's going to be all quick now. Everything's happening so quickly now.
Yes,
We're not
yes.
being asked to go through years and years and years of releasing the old any longer.
Yes, indeed. It's moving faster and faster as we speak. What is how can we truly relate to this aspect of Mother Mary to be part of this new understanding and how we can attract our well-deserved abundance, right? Because we are all already abundant in spirit, but
Hmm.
how can we bring it down through into our humanness and enjoy a more comfortable life, a more joyous life?
Hmm.
In our moment by moment days. How can we do that, Jennifer?
Well,
What's the key? What's
I'm
the
glad.
key to that?
I wish it was one short little answer. But to me, the reason that this book came through was the inquiry that I had that we used to be able to precipitate gold. We used to be able to take out of the no thing, create whatever we needed in the moment. And what we need in the moment, of course, always changes. So, this beautiful opulence infusion is a new place for us light workers to lift up and use this new faith currency. It is a currency of love. It has to do with your faith, and it rides on top of the old systems because we
Mm,
are going from one system to a new way of doing things. So, this is a transition. The new faith currency is a transition currency. It is helping us dismantle the old way of doing things, of hard work, of labor in order to receive that little bit of money that we might need, and really stepping in to our sovereign power of saying, you know what? I need something right here and right now. As a powerful member of the family of God, of the beloved divine, I I am moving here and I need this in order to move there. I am ready to surrender to what is mine to do. You're all here to give something to the world, but the
yes.
world doesn't really have the means to take care of us. The means
Mm,
to take care of us, and the definition that I was given of opulence is all needs met all the time, every time,
I
no
love
matter
that.
what is going on around us. And
Yeah.
I have seen it demonstrated in my life over and over, in the life of the members of the Angels of Abundance Ascension Academy. It's like we are being asked to walk out on the skinny branches of our beliefs, of our faith.
Mm.
And believe you me, whatever faith you have right now, it's enough. It's enough.
Mother
It
Mary
is
is for
enough.
all of us, is there for all of us like a good mother. She embraces us under her mantle of protection and love. It's all of
Mm,
us. And she's
yes,
taking care of, she's holding space for our ascension, right?
that's
Until we
right.
all ascend. And yeah, it's that beautiful. So in terms of pure opulence, what is that? I mean, these are terms that Mother Mary has been using, right, Jennifer? Pure opulence. What is that?
Opulence, to me, opulence, and the way I understand opulence, is that it is abundance, but it's lavish. It is like
Mm,
beyond just all needs, that I can squeak by. It's
mm,
like, I guess an example for me to tell you is I have had hand-me-down pianos my whole life. I'm a piano player. I'm a songwriter. I do all my songs on the piano. So I've
Yes.
had a piano ever since I was a kid. I started learning how to play when I was 5 years old.
Oh,
And I got rid of my old Story and Clark piano, upright piano that my parents had given me 43 years ago when I was pregnant with my son, before I moved here to South Carolina.
mm,
And the thought was, well, I'll get another piano. When I got here, the house that we moved in had a beautiful foyer for a piano. And my
wow.
husband kept saying, well, you need to get a grand piano. And I was like, I had to work through some stuff because I didn't really need a grand piano. I could write my songs on any old piano. And it was like, what are you talking about? I'm a member of a keyboard ladies group that we have been meeting for like 20 years. And everyone in that group has a grand piano but me. And I never even saw that. So when I opened up to the idea, it just came so easily. That's opulence to me. When I
Hmm.
walk through the foyer of my house and I see my grand piano, I can just sit down and play it. That is the experience that I was calling in, that I didn't even realize. But that's to me, opulence is going really
Mm.
beyond. It's going into the experience. And to
It's
me,
almost
that's,
magical. It's magical.
it feels that way. It
Yeah,
does. But really, it's just the way life's supposed to be.
right.
Yeah.
So are there any prerequisites to be able and to be ready to receive that opulence? What is there any requirement prior to the experience of receiving? Because it's all about
Mhm.
receiving as well, right? Any preparation to get to that point where we are ready to open up, really, really, really open up our hearts and receive the opulence that we are all desiring and deserving?
I think you answered the question already. It's so beautiful because it really is. For me, the experience has been to come into my heart, to allow that beautiful opening of the Divine Mother. You know,
Mm,
the Divine Mother opens your heart. Until my heart was healed, I wasn't ready. Until I had this beautiful connection with my own divinity, I
mm,
wasn't ready. Now, I'm not going to answer it for everybody else, but I'll just tell you what's happened for me is that this relationship with my own divinity, not outside of myself, but right here, was a key for me to open up then to Mother Mary, to then open up to more abundance, to keep asking for more, keep allowing myself to receive more. The the empowered prayer that I have, our third book is called Empowered Prayer. And it really is about how to start speaking to command and demand our good. And we have been taught to be very meek in our prayers. We have been taught to be,
mm.
and not my will but thine, I have to tell you, is the most powerful prayer that I can speak, because now it's not like this presence outside of me that it's going to ask me to do something that I do not want to do, but it's absolutely the highest place that I can go in my own life is not my will but thine. Now that took a lot of surrender for me. So as
Mhm.
you see, it's not just one answer, but it is about the open heart. And to me, this whole movement of the new faith currency is really following your heart's desire
Mhm.
and surrendering at the same time. It's such a beautiful balance. So your desire is your masculine side, you surrendering and receiving is your
Mm.
feminine side, and there you are, the whole person right there receiving in the center.
And also a lot of trust in the process, a lot of faith that
Yeah.
this is happening. To some people, they have been trained for a long time and maybe not seeing the results. So maybe what are the things that are in the way, if any, to allow for this happening? Is there stress sometimes involved that is not
Mhm.
allowing or clogging the channel of receiving, so to speak? What
Yeah.
is it that needs to be resolved before we can actually receive this beautiful opulence? Do we need to heal emotions,
Mhm.
as per your experience, Jennifer?
Yes, and yes, and yes. But I have to say, the simplest way I can say this is to get into a place of complete trust.
Mm,
To get in a place of complete trust. Now, to me, that means you need to move. You need to move with your desires. You need to move out on the skinny branches. You can't stay in that place of, I'm too afraid to go forward anymore. You know, you really need to move forward and
Mm.
allow yourself to go through every, you know, we have this beautiful self-correcting system that takes those things that aren't really helpful for us to receive and show this. Just like with my piano, I saw all the old missionary stuff came up again. You know, I remember, and then I remembered I had an uncle. He was a missionary in Indonesia, and he would always come back to the States and they would get a Mercedes Benz. And I was like, I remember that. You know, I was able to start really going into through the belief system that's keeping me behind, because to me, that's what we're all doing now. We're working through the crap that we've taken on that isn't ours, and we're letting it go. So I don't think there's one answer for that question. It's a huge question, and
Yeah.
but I think like this, I this to me is a an instruction manual. It's
Mm.
experiential. It's not a whole bunch of things you do this and that and this and that. It's about the new faith currency and opulence. It's something to be experienced through light codes, through receiving, through music. It's not a lot, you know, this new technology that we're receiving is not coming through the logical old pathways that we're used to. And it does take a lot of faith. It takes a lot of trust. It takes a lot of um, let's say in the experimentation lab, you know, it's time for us to really, because we have a lot of beautiful new technologies that are coming through now, and we are being asked to really step aside what we think we know and step out in faith. So
I cannot wait to read the book. I cannot wait to read the book. I will certainly apply it. Yes, I will. And I remember was thinking about one of your beautiful morning light meditations when you talk about the scepter, to really hold our own scepter of, divinity, of mastery, of godliness, and to really use it is
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So I remember that one. It's so powerful. I felt a lot of power and ownership as you were guiding us into through that meditation was beautiful. And it has to do with believing that this is so, right? Because if we don't believe in ourselves, we're not using our power, which is in our divinity, as we are experiencing life in the physical realm, right?
That's right. But it is also something that you need to experience. You
Mm.
know, you can be told that you're powerful, but until you really start to take that, as you said, your scepter of power, which to me is a teaching of your threefold flame, the
Mm.
omnipotence, the omniscience, and the omnipresence of your heart, there is absolutely a scepter of power. And these all come from Saint Germain's teaching, by the way,
Mm.
in the I Am discourses and the beautiful Bridge to Freedom work. It's like pick up that scepter of power, because that is your divine authority. Your
Right.
divine authority is yours. It makes you a Christed Buddha being. You
Yeah.
are that. And to lift that scepter up and to absolutely conduct it, to command it, to send the sacred fire. And we could call opulence the sacred fire. I'm
Mhm.
sending opulence
Yes.
here. There's a, a beautiful friend of mine from Telos, a Lemurian brother, that gave us a teaching on pogo, and it's about a
Mhm.
pogo stick that really you just start pogoing. I use it all the time. You pogo your bills. You're just anchoring. You're saying
Oh.
here, here, there, here, here. You know, and look at this. Look at this place in my hometown that looks disheveled and looks miserable. There's people that are homeless here. Pogo that. You know, we are being asked to distribute this divine energy.
That's
So
lovely. It's so powerful.
yeah,
And I can
it is.
feel the effectiveness. Oh, I cannot wait to read the book and use it. Yes, I will. And you also use this powerful tool now that you mentioned in tools, the violet flame, you mentioned Saint Germain.
Mhm.
How are you experiencing this powerful tool of the violet flame in your own experience? How it has helped you along your journey to change things, to clear
Mm.
your path towards your desires.
Thank you for asking that question. The violet flame is the gift of this age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is a purple age. It is a
Yeah.
violet age. It is the age of freedom, of divine justice. It's the age of miracles. And we have just stepped into it. That's why everything is so rocky. We're still in the first 200-year period of creating a new earth, of course. But we are
Mm.
also getting used to a new age. We left the age of Pisces, where beloved Jesus and Mary Magdalene, also known as Lady Nada, they were the guard for that. They handed over in the early 30s, I believe, um, the scepter of control to Saint Germain and Lady Portia. Saint Germain is the god of freedom, and Lady Portia, the goddess of justice. And oh my gosh, have we been seeing divine justice turn up and move now? And the violet flame, it's so great. It's like electricity. It's like a river of electronic energy right from the heart of the divine
Wow. Wow.
that we can use. It's like a cosmic eraser. It transmutes anything. That means it takes something from a lower energy and moves it up to the light. It also is the fire of compassion, of mercy, of ceremony. I mean, there's so many things that this beautiful violet flame can do, but it's basically a cosmic cleanser that you can do to cleanse yourself. And of course, it does not take you out of your lessons, but it makes the lessons much more graceful. Let's say you're having a really hard time with somebody and your relationship is bumpy and you're
Mhm.
trying to work some things out. Start moving that violet flame through that relationship, through your relationship with money, you know, and you
Mm.
you are able to direct and conduct this beautiful sacred fire. It was given to us to use it. So we should all be using it daily to cleanse our auric field and to continue to cleanse our anything, because we're responsible for our own auric field. we're,
Absolutely, we
we're,
are.
yeah. So when you take a shower, how often you surely need to cleanse your auric field.
And imagine that it's violet flame, so that we are
Yes,
purifying on an
yes.
energy level. So Jennifer, where can and how can we find you on Thursdays when you do the violet flame meditations? Can you tell us how we can reach you there?
That's a great thing to ask. And you know what? Let me just get a URL up here for everybody.
Yes,
If you
please.
sign up for I have actually a beautiful free gift and some other stuff for you today,
Let's
but
talk about it. Yeah, whenever you're
yeah.
ready, let's talk about it.
So
Yeah.
if you go in and you get this free, which is a sound healing with Mother Mary and I, really to download your new opulence light codes. If you
Mhm.
sign up, you'll be on my mailing list, and that's how you get on
Perfect.
the violet flame. We do that
Couldn't be easier. Mhm.
twice a month, and it's really it's an invocation circle because the violet fire is also the ray of invocation. So we do an invocation circle twice a month, and it's
Mm.
open to everybody. So
Yes.
yeah,
And you have a support team there assisting you and ready for the people who are needing, particularly in very dire situations. They're always there to answer on behalf of Jennifer. Jennifer is behind everything and she's present all along. But if there's someone who's needing particularly any help, you guys are there, giving a
yes.
very powerful hand. Thank you for that.
We have powerful practitioners in the Angels of Abundance Ascension Academy, and
Yes.
empowered prayer is one of our main modes of healing. So yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So anything else that you would like? Oh, would you like to talk about the special offers? Any more details about that?
Yes, you know what I wanted to offer you, and I don't know if you are giving more support here of giving more information,
Yes, we
Sandra.
can. Yes, we can add links to the chat. Agustin can actually help us with the links. And if there's anything that you would like to add there,
Yeah.
and then tomorrow, of course, we have a special email. People, please be careful. Just be alert because there will be an email with all of the links and the replay link to this video. So the replay video link. And so you can reach all of this information tomorrow as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Austin. You just posted what I wanted to say, which is I'm offering you a beautiful one-on-one channeling with Mother Mary if you'd like to answer any question that you have. And there's
Yes,
a 50% coupon there for you. And I realize I didn't post this to
perfect.
everybody, but here is Angels of Abundance Ascensionacademy.com is where you can find your free gift today.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And so anything else that you would like to add as we're wrapping up our collaboration here, and then we open up for questions, and I'm very happy to see some of the questions already in the chat. Jennifer, what is it that your heart is wanting to say to wrap up now?
Oh, the one thing I wanted to just say is be encouraged. There's a reason that you're here now. You have a very important part to play in this beautiful ascension that we're all experiencing. There's no accident that you're here. And that means that you have something special to offer, and please offer it. And please know that you are always taken care of lavishly by the beautiful Divine Mother. So true. So that's all I wanted to say.
Very beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so thank you for being here. Now it's a part 3 starting. We are ready to see your hands up. And we're very, very curious to see what you have to say, what questions you are holding in your heart that you would like to ask now. I have a few things here in the chat. Let's see, as you are, let's see if I can see some of your hands. Okay, so in the meantime, while you are preparing for your questions, let's see what we got here in the chat. So, all right, let's see. Okay, dear Sandra, I have my star with the various birth codes, but I'm not sure I want to change my name. The only 4 I have is the 13 foreign physical goals. Okay, all right. So can you drop me a line here? That would be great, Sandra Riddle. Drop me a line. We can talk about that, and I will tell you more about this. Patty McGuire, this is new and very interesting to me. I do accept that everything is energy. Patty from North Southwest Australia. Nice, Patty. Thank you for being here. And there is a readily available channel from a senior spirit in Nirvana, heaven, which states that early humans on the 5th density Earth, before the dark force intervention, had 12-strand DNA, communicated with all living things telepathically, and simply manifested whatever they needed. With the battle against dark forces steadily being won, we should return to what we were and recover what we had as the 5th density planet Earth. Indeed, indeed, Patty. Yes, I totally agree with that. And yes, okay, so we have lots of beautiful comments here. And yes, do you have any questions that you would like to add here? Taking the opportunity. Yes, and I see Caroline here raising her hand. Hello, Caroline. Just
Hi.
unmute yourself. Yes, thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Do you have a question?
Well, I just really have more of a comment and a just to express gratitude, and also to give a testimonial for Jennifer and her work. Well, first of all, I want to honor you. I really enjoyed your presentation, and I'm curious to connect with you and, you know, look at my name and my abundance codes are. So I'm excited to do that. I'm assuming you'll be sending something out for us. Sandra, is that correct?
You're talking to Sandra or to Jennifer?
No, I'm talking to you. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, I don't know who the question was to. Yes, can you repeat your questions though to have it clear?
Yes, I was just curious. You'll be sending out some information of how we can connect with you.
Yes, you have the link here in the chat, and also tomorrow. You can just drop me a line, or you can just book a session if you want to already, or if you have questions, of course, Let's see if Augustine just, I think that he put it in here. Yes, there, the links are here. And your glorious ascension journey at gmail.com. You can just drop me a line for specific questions, and I would be more than happy to answer those questions. Yes, indeed, whatever clarification you need to move on, I will be there for you. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. And then I just wanted to share real quickly, the book Opulence Infusion was suggested by a dear friend and client of mine, and I started reading it about a month and a half ago, and I have just experienced incredible shifts. It has allowed me to really deepen my relationship with Mother Mary and my divine team. And I've also recently joined Jennifer's academy and am studying the new rosary, which has just been absolutely life-changing so far. So I just wanted
Beautiful.
to express my gratitude, Jennifer, to you.
Thank you.
I know I've never met you, but I feel such a sisterhood connection with you, and I'm grateful that our paths have crossed again. And your work is just truly, I can feel just that beautiful spirit of Mother Mary in every ounce of it. And it's just, it's like coming home. And that song that you played, I can't even tell you how that gets me every single time I listen to it. It's just absolutely incredible. So thank you.
Thank you, beloved. Thank you so much. So honored
Beautiful.
that you came today.
Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you for raising your hand and sharing your thoughts, your heartfelt thoughts. I would say thank you so much. So, any more questions that you have in your heart
Yes.
of hearts? We're ready here to listen to your questions. Jennifer is here for you. Make the most of this time with her. If you have anything, I mean, don't be shy. Just come out.
I
So,
I think
yes.
Linda's asking a question, curious about how our past lives play into all of this.
Mm,
Now is the time, I believe firmly, that we need to reclaim any of our aspects. So I'm going to just explain this in my very brief way of as we descended into this body, okay, because we were, as Patty so beautifully said, we had all 12 of our strands DNA humming. We were absolutely ascending quickly, and then we got heavy. Let's just say it that way.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so as we descended, there were experiences that we had in lifetimes that were so painful that part of us just said, "I'm out of here." So it fractured part of you off. As we are now ascending, all these parts of us are coming home. That's why you might go through some really excruciating experiences and go, why am I reacting so powerfully to this beyond what really happened? There's some things that you need to reclaim, or aspects of yourself. They're asking to come back into the wholeness, into your beautiful monad, which is 144 beautiful soul family. Your soul family is all coming back together. So yes, our past lives play so much. One of my past lives aspects, because aspects, let me say it this way, it's so different than working with patterns and working with behavior and trying to get all the stuff we've been doing for years, right? When you welcome an aspect of yourself back, it's like a piece of the puzzle is just like locked in, and all of a sudden you just start feeling whole rather than having to do millions of hours of affirmations and work around it. So I want to say that don't be afraid to welcome all aspects of yourself back home. Because yes. And my one of the first ones that came home was Gloria. She's a beggar queen. She knew full opulence. She was a queen that was not wise, and she became a beggar because she was dethroned. And so she had the full aspect of what it means to have in this life, and have abundantly, and have nothing. So
Wow.
she is very much wisdom, because I have had times in my life when I've had hardly anything and still felt totally alive and in the groove. So I appreciate that. But yes, so I just have to say, Linda, yes, go for it. Oh,
Yes.
I,
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes. Tell
yes.
us
And
about the book. Yes, you wanted to
well,
say something.
Larry says, please give
Right.
examples of decrees for reclaiming the highest levels of
Yeah,
opulence.
I
And
was about to share that. Yes, please. Thank
oh,
you, Jennifer.
okay. I'm going to just give you one here. This whole book is filled with them. So it could take us a long time to get to all of them.
Please,
But
let's read the book. Yes,
yeah,
please.
so let's just read this
Opulence
one.
infusion.
This is from chapter 35, Worry or Opulence. And this is a long decree, but I'm just going to record it here so you can have it. I am the divine authority of my life. I am no longer interested in spending my precious life energy worrying about my financial life. I surrender it completely to you, beloved. Talking to your own beloved, I am. You are the only source of my supply, and we are one. I command a continuous infusion of opulence to now take over. I command the Pure Gold Project team to assist me in staying in the high vibration of opulence every moment of my life. Thank you. It is done.
It's so powerful, so beautiful, and it really touches our heart. It feels so, so real and powerful. Yes, thank you, thank you,
Thank you.
thank you, Jennifer. And
Yeah.
so Linda then says, yes, thank you. That is deeply resonating, and I appreciate the way you explained it. Very helpful, healing the fractures. Thank you,
Yes.
Linda. Thank you,
That's a
Linda,
great
for
way
that.
to say it, Linda. Thank you.
Yes,
That's a
healing
great
the
way to say it.
fractures. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think
Yes.
Kim has her hand raised.
And we have Kim here also. Kim, can you just unmute yourself and so we can hear your question?
Oh, hi. Thank you so much for picking me.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. I'm great. Thank you. So I just wanted to say thank you. Although I joined you quite late, but I just really sensed the energy and I love it. And
Mm,
I'll be getting the book. So
mm,
also, just one thing that really touched me, you mentioned Lady Portia.
Mhm.
It's
mhm,
it's amazing because this is I was talking to my son the other day and I was saying she keeps showing up every time I go into
mm,
meditation. She keeps showing up on my right and I was like, wow, okay, I didn't know anything about her, but it was more of a confirmation for me. And another name that keeps showing up is Lord Kutumi. I have no
mm.
idea just yet,
Oh,
but I'll probably find out more about it as I go along. So thank you again. It was just, yeah,
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Thank you.
Jennifer,
You,
I think that you have lots of information about these two masters, right?
there's a lot of information for us, and I have absorbed a lot of it. But Lady Portia is the Queen of Heaven right now. She really
Mm,
is. She is Saint Germain's Divine Complement. She was our sponsor last year, 2022,
oh,
and she is beautiful. And just start talking to her, Kim. Literally, just start having some conversations with her. She's amazing. I know Master Kathumi as the world teacher now with Yeshua, who's now Lord Sananda. The two of them are world teachers that are working with us. And yeah, we have so much support. We have so
yes.
much support. It's so wonderful.
Master Kuthumi, was he Saint John the Younger and times of Jesus during his
I don't know.
sojourn?
Maybe so.
Mm,
Maybe so. John the
yeah.
Beloved. Yeah.
Of the beloved, yes, and
Yes.
he belongs to the golden ray, right? The sunny yellow golden ray,
Yes. Yes, he
of
does.
the ray of illumination, yeah, and
The
enlightenment,
omniscience.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
Him,
thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I will begin talking. And yeah, I can feel the energy. It's like, okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
so Portia is the goddess of justice, right, Jennifer? The
That's
goddess of
right.
justice, yeah, of the
And
violet flame,
you'll
precisely.
see the goddess of justice always has
Mm,
a blindfold on, and
yes.
that's very intentional. So she keeps her focus not on the appearances, but on that place of balancing and fairness and equality. It's just so powerful. And it's that's a wonderful example for me when I'm like looking all around and I know I need to stand in the holy truth. I don't need to be distracted by all the stuff that's going on
Mm,
around.
absolutely.
There's a question here that came through
Yes.
just just to my personal message. So I see from
Oh,
Christine. I hope that you don't mind me sharing this because I won't have it after this circle. So I have followed my intuition. It has led me to so much. However, I have not had any mystical experiences to help me accept this as my truth. I keep feeling like I'm not certain if it is my ego or truly my path to follow. Do you receive anything with my energy? I also feel it's easier to ask through the chat. Thank you, beloved.
just hold the space. See if Jennifer can connect, if it's appropriate now.
I just have an knowing that your intuition is very mystical. I don't think that your intuition is anything less than mystical. To me, also, I want you to just let go of any of the logical skepticism that may be asking the question, oh, prove it to me, prove it to to me, this opening into the mystical realms is very childlike. It's very much of the heart. It's not logical. It takes a gentleness with you opening up your heart. I think anything that keeps us from opening our heart, yes, it's of the ego, but don't get hooked up on that either. Because if you're following your intuition, you've already stepped into the mystical. Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes. Thank you, Lucretia, for asking this question about my music. And that's something else I realized that I need to put a link in here for you.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, you
We
know,
can add it in the chat. Yes, indeed.
yes, I made a conscious decision just about maybe 2 years ago. I put all my music that I've recorded, and recording music is just a constant thing for me. My beautiful husband records everything for me.
He's a great musician
We
too.
put our studio right in.
Of
He's
course.
great, right in
He's
the middle
great,
of
and
our
his
house.
music is so beautiful. Yeah.
We've decided to put it in the dining room. That's how much it's a central part of our life.
That's the heart of your home.
And I don't know if you're aware of it, but I will just tell you that the platforms like Apple Music and Spotify, they really don't support artists unless you're really famous like Beyonce or Drake or somebody. So we've decided to go to Bandcamp really to just keep, because it allows our fans to just support us there. And so there's my Bandcamp site. Oh, you're right, Lucretia. Thank you.
Yes.
Cathumi was Saint
Yes,
Francis.
Saint Francis as well.
Yes.
Indeed. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
So beautiful.
Beautiful incarnations.
Lucretia is also a part of the Angels of Abundance Academy because
Ah.
we are just definitely nerds about knowing about ascension and all these beautiful.
Well, this is a great book. The one that you mentioned, The Seven Sacred Flames, is a beautiful book. So much information, so much beautiful sacred content there.
Yes.
Absolutely. And then I have some comments here from Christina. I'm hoping that it's okay to share it out, even though it's direct. Again, I have followed my intuition and it has led me to so much. However, I have not had any mystical experiences to help me accept this as my truth. I keep feeling like I'm not certain if it is my ego or truly my path to follow. Do you receive anything with my energy? I also feel it's easier to ask through the chat. So, yeah. Anything that we can answer here? Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we already answered that
we
question.
already answered that question exactly. So, all right. Any more questions before we close? We have time for one more question. This is your opportunity to connect with Jennifer directly. Robin, hello, Robin. Unmute yourself, please. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I I'm wonderful. Hello, Sandra.
Hello.
I'm so honored
Okay.
that I was able to be at the right time, at the right place, at the right situation to join everybody
I
today.
love to see you here. Welcome again.
Yes, me too. Thank you so much. I
Yes,
enjoyed this.
thank you.
Jennifer, I am familiar with your name, not familiar with your work. I'm familiar with your book, which I will, like Sandra said, I am very excited to have it now. Your music went straight through me and put me back into the place of when I found out that I am a spiritual central being. It took me right into the sacred geometry. It took me right into seeing all of my guides and angels and ascended masters all around me as I was creating with my being, for lack of a better word, my interpretation of your music and how it looped and folded and lifted me. And at one point, it even reminded me of something that I had done, oh shoot, I don't even know, 11 years ago, I guess, where I was inside a triangle inside the Giza pyramid. And then as the music, which your music was doing today, lifted me right up to the top of the inside of the Giza pyramid, where I again started doing a different kind of sacred geometry. So thank you so much for moving me. I'd forgotten all about that. And it's a joy to hear your music. Thank you so much. It touched me.
Thank
That's
you, Robin. And it
wonderful.
reminded me to tell all of you that there's music that was created, light language music, which you heard, to go with this book. That's what Mother Mary said, that this music needs to come as downloads for us. And it's interesting that you were in a pyramid, because that's the shape of the Temple of Gold is a pyramid up in the 10th sphere of infinite abundance, eternal peace,
There
and the
you
God's
go.
supply of all that is good. So I'm so
Perfect.
grateful, Robin. Thank you so much.
That's perfect.
Originally, I found myself 11 years ago. It was more, it turned itself into a triangle, but it originally started out as I was in gold energy and I was pirouetting inside the center of, I don't know if it was 6 or 8 sided of I call it kind of like a multi-sided bird cage that I was in the middle of pyramiding and pirouetting and with all of that beautiful gold sparkly energy. And then as the music would take me, voila, I was on the bottom floor in this triangle raising up in the Giza pyramid. So thank you. It was
Wow.
wonderful.
Beautiful. Wow.
Wonderful. Thank
That's
you so much,
awesome.
Robin. Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you so much. Thank you. So we're almost closing now. It's incredible how time flies when we're happy and feeling good, in good energies and vibes with Jennifer and all of you here. Jennifer, is there any other comment, last minute comment that you would like to share with us? Any inspired, word to leave
I
us?
just want to say thank you, Sandra. What a beautiful gathering we've had today. I love your community and I love being a part of it. And
You.
I love all of you that are here. You know, we need to gather often. We need to be in
Yeah,
spiritual community often, because
yeah.
um, we are the leading edge now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are.
It's so true. It's so true. And yes, as we are hearing this more and more in spiritual communities, we need to come together to find the strength that we sometimes otherwise cannot find out in the world, right? So it's here in these safe, beautiful containers of love and collaboration and compassion that we can really find the support, the comfort precisely, and more wisdom, right? to share, to experience, to learn. So thank you all for your brilliant presence. Thank you for your time,
you.
for being with us till the end. And you can find us, you know, our links are there. You will receive more contact information in case you desire to connect with us in some other way. We're here for you. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're really blessed with you all and hoping to see you soon in another wondrous conversations with the topic of manifesting your really wondrous abundance, like today with
Yes.
beloved Jennifer and Mother Mary and her great angels of abundance. Thank you so much, everyone, for
Thank
being
you.
here. See you very soon. Bye for now.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Jennifer.
Bye-bye. Thank you,
See you.
beloved.
Thank you all.